What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Kane from We Need to Talk. And today I'm excited because we have a guest here talking about domestic violence, a speaker and an author. And some of the ladies on the panels is going to tell their story as well as myself. So stay tuned because you just don't know what is under the mask. Bye.
What's up? It's your girl, Miss Kane.
And it's your girl, Nate in the A. And Vernetta.
All right, you guys. And we have a special guest today. But ladies, guess what?
We needs to talk.
So today I'm going to show you guys we have Miss Bettie Jones, a domestic violence survivor, the author of When the Invitation Stopped. And I mean, she has a broad a spectrum of things that she have done here in Atlanta. So we're gonna let her take the floor and let her get into exactly what she represents. This is her book. You can find it on Amazon. If you have been a victim of domestic violence, this is a good read. So Miss Bettie Jones, welcome to the show. So tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
Okay.
As you said, I am a survivor of domestic violence. And I wrote the book When the Invitation Stopped so that I could help other people. And people have asked me why the title, When the Invitations Stopped.
Okay.
I chose that title because when people in my circle realized what I was going through, all the social invitations stopped. Wow. I no longer got invited to the football game, the tailgate party, the home for dinner, the theater, any social events, they all got stopped.
After the divorce?
Prior to.
Or during
your time down.
Of suffering. So give me a typical day of Bettie Jones during that time. Coming home from work, making dinner, or housewife, how did it go?
How it went for me is, I had 2 kids.
Okay.
Trying to keep the kids quiet. The house had to be absolutely quiet. The dinner had to be ready and on the table at a certain hour. I had to be home from work by a certain hour. If I got off work at 4 o'clock, by 4:30 I needed to be home. If I wasn't home at 4:30, I knew that the moment I stepped into the door, I was going to be met with a slap or something.
Wow.
That was not easy. And after that, then I had to go and cook and try to get the dinner on the table at the time that had been prescribed.
Now, is this a boyfriend or a husband?
This was a husband, not a boyfriend. A husband.
And how long did that go on?
I was married for 22 years, 4 months, and 17 days.
During the whole entire time. Was it any relief?
It didn't start right away.
Okay.
It may have started in the second year.
Wow.
Because in the first year, I got married in Germany. Actually, I got married in Switzerland, but
wow.
I was in the Air Force and we were stationed in Germany. So we stayed there for a year after the marriage.
What year was that?
Oh, God.
that
was last year.
I remember it like it was last year, but that was a good year. I think I got married in 1970.
Okay.
And stayed overseas for a year after that. Probably came back to the States in 1972. And we lived with his parents for 8 months.
Okay.
So it might have been maybe 2 years when it actually got started.
Okay.
But during the time that we were living with his parents, when he came home from work, I would always be at the house, and so I'd meet him at the door to say, glad to have you home, give him a kiss and all that, and he would tell me, get off me. I'm tired. I've been working all day. I don't need you hanging on me all day. But that was about the extent of it as long as we lived with his parents. Afterwards, when we moved out into our own place, is when it really, really kicked up.
So did you live with his mom and dad?
Yes.
Did you see anything going on with them that could potentially have let you know that he was a jerk as well?
I did not.
But
No.
my thing is with these type of guys, and I know we could all get caught up in Charlotte's Web. Do they start off to be like very charming people to win you over, like giving you a total different image of who they really are before they come out this bad?
He was really very charming. He was
Mm-hmm.
very friendly, had a lot of friends, laughed a lot, liked to have fun.
Mm-hmm. And won you over basically.
Yes,
They were
basically.
together a long time
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So did it give you any kind of long-term mental situations, anything you had to like get therapy for or something like that?
I was in counseling for a year.
Did it help?
Yes, it helped.
Okay.
It helped.
All right. So give my viewers some little notes on how to recognize this type of man in the beginning, like because some guys are charming and that's just who they are.
Yeah.
The guy I was married to, he was really charming and he was charming. He never touched me, you know. But give them a little nugget of what they can look for, a sign that they possibly could notice that he's a jerk.
If you notice that the person you're involved with is controlling, one, he wants to be in charge of everything.
Okay.
He wants to tell you when you can go, what time you can go, what time you need to be back, always checking up on you. He wants to check your cell phone. In those days, we didn't have cell phones, but today, a guy will want to see your cell phone, or he'll tell you, don't turn your phone off if you get ready to cut it off.
Okay.
Constantly calling you. You know, just checking up in general.
So basically, like nowadays, like this day and time, you think that women just probably need to get them some serious training, like take them a couple of karate classes or, just in case they do run, just in case they do run into one of these crazy fellows, they put them in their place.
Well, I think that women just need to be aware,
Yeah.
and if they notice that the person they're with is potentially violent, get out of the relationship. That's the best thing to do, get out of the relationship. I certainly would not advise anybody to stay in one as long as I did.
Yeah.
Life was different in those days. The
Women
way
was
that
more submissive.
Right,
women was more
exactly.
submissive.
Women,
Now they were-
and that's what you were told. That's
Yeah.
the way I was raised. You stay with your husband no matter what.
Right.
And I'm a spiritual person, and I did seek counseling from my pastor and other people in the faith who would tell me, you can't leave your husband. Then they'll quote you the Bible's the verses that tell you these things. Women submit to your husband.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you that the more I submitted, the worse it became. So
We had needed us a more deal at that then, right?
And when you read the book, she talks about religious abuse.
And there is a thing called spiritual or religious abuse.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People use it to
They use it to control you.
Use it to control you.
Well,
humiliate.
a type of group of people did that to our race.
Yeah.
Bow down to your master, make sure, whatever the case may be. And whoever wrote the Bible, I believe they wrote it with the intentions of a more spiritual level, but like you say, they use it to manipulate the whole situation.
And people interpret the Bible to mean whatever they want it to
To
be.
be right for their own personal.
But because when it comes down to certain type of things like that, and I think that even men go, they look for women who are, like you said, quiet, that doesn't really have their own opinion, who's not outspoken, because they know a loudmouth woman, they know they wouldn't stand that's not gonna work. Ain't no controlling her. They look for something that they can control, and that's why I felt like a lot of black men went to white women so they could have that control over women, that manipulation. Because today, I don't think we going for it too.
Well, you
much
still
right now.
got some women, but let me ask you, ladies.
Yeah, women can be abusers.
Why?
as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Why
wrong.
do you think
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
you're
I'm trying
one?
to get my life right.
You trying to get your life right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my life right, but yeah, I got some men now, I promise you I will.
Okay. So let me ask you, ladies, why do you think women stay in these relationships? I think sometimes some of them may not have had a father figure, maybe for financial reasons. Those
Yeah,
are my
that's a good
reasons, I
question.
think. So
Yeah.
why do
Somebody
you guys
went through
think women would stay in so long?
That is a good question.
Well,
First
a
of
lot of
all,
people didn't know what was going on inside people's homes. It was very private back then, too. You gotta think about it.
Okay, you were saying?
first of all, many women do leave abusive relationships. It takes a lot. It takes 5 to 7 tries for a woman to finally make the cut. Women, there's so many varied reasons why women stay. One is they're afraid of what may happen to them once they try to leave, because many men will kill the woman. A lot of women end up losing their lives when they try to leave. Another reason is she believes, because he tells her that it's never going to happen again, that everything is going to be all right. He may tell her that it's her fault, and she starts to believe it because he beats her down so much emotionally. He tells her, well, you made me do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
You did this or you did that, and you made me do that to you. Another reason is she feels ashamed. She doesn't want anybody to know what's happening to her. And then he may have kept her isolated from family and friends. In some instances, women are not even allowed to work. They have to stay in the house. There's no money for them to do anything, and she may not have any skills. Now, when I first got married, I didn't have an education, only high school. So our plan was I would work and allow him to go to school and get his degree, and then he would work and allow me to go. Well, I did. I stayed home, I worked, but when it was time for me to go, that was never the right time. We never had the right amount of money or not in the right situation for me to go. So his idea was to keep me uneducated so that I would be totally dependent upon him. But some women have nowhere to go once they do that. And they just have no
Do you
support
think
from
some people
family or
stay
friends.
inside these relationships based on maybe sex? I mean, something good in it that they like there, and
I think it's a combination. It's just.
It's just there's just so many reasons.
Yeah.
As for me, after a while, the sex becomes tainted. It's no longer good because
you didn't feel it.
no, you just you can't feel
At that
good
point, you
with
feel
somebody.
you're getting raped.
Exactly.
Feeling
And
disgusting.
you just it's disgusting.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bothered with it. Not that I want to talk so much about myself, but I can tell you this. The day that I left, my husband raped me repeatedly. I counted 4 times. It may have been more, that's just what I remember. He got in the bed with me. First of all, I was sitting at the table and I was nodding because I had awakened early that morning. And so he kept saying to me, well, if you're tired, why don't you go take a nap? So after he said that 3 or 4 times, I decided to go get in the bed. So he followed me upstairs, locked the door, got in the bed with me, and he said, okay. Because he had asked me early that morning, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. And he kept pressing me, and eventually I said, okay, well, just get it over with. And he started, and it's like I heard a voice that said, enough is enough. You don't have to do this. So I pushed him in his chest and said, get off me, I'm not doing it. So later that day, that's when he came and got in the bed with me. Okay, you wouldn't give in this morning. I'm going to show you what it's like.
Oh
so
my God.
He held me in the bed with his arm across my upper body and his leg across my lower body. Now, mind you, I probably weighed about 125, 130 pounds at that time. He was a big man, wore a size 44 jacket, 6'4.5" tall.
Big old cow.
Yeah. He played professional basketball. He could palm
Probably
a
have a boyfriend.
basketball in the palm of his hand. So I was no match for him. So he held me down like that until he could muster up enough strength to launch. I call it launch again because that's what he did. And after 4 times, he finally fell asleep. But in between times, there was always, you're nobody. you're no good, you're ugly, you're skinny, you think people like you, people don't like you, you're not smart. Anything he could think of to say. So when he finally fell asleep, and after the fourth time,
You killed him.
No.
Thought it would be good. After the fourth time,
What happened?
I wiggled myself from under him. I couldn't even walk. I crawled downstairs, got my daughter, who was 13 at the time,
Oh wow.
and she held me up to get me to the car. And we got in the car, and that's how I left.
Good for you. Good for you.
and no coming back. It was over.
Well, I like to admit something.
Once,
Yeah, I am sorry that happened to
me
you.
too, very.
But I was also in an abusive relationship. Oh God, and it was like with my first boyfriend. He was crazy. Yeah, thank you for that story. I couldn't even like show my feet. Like when he had people come over, I had to put shoes on, put clothes on. If I did, he would beat me up. He broke my ankle. And Mom, you didn't even really know about this. Now you know. But yeah, he used to really like beat me up. You know, because he kind of kept me away. You know, I can remember one day going to a McDonald's in the West End area. So he would let me drive his car. He was older than me, so we'd pull up to McDonald's. So when we order the food, I can't, especially if it's a guy, I can't look at the guy. So I have to put the money through the window like that. But the guy was like, ma'am, it's this and some change. And I was like, what? So I didn't want to look retarded. So I'm like, I had to look at him. So when I looked at him, I gave him the money. When I turned around, I got a black eye. You know, but this was the time when I started fighting back. And the guy passed, because I used to love strawberry sundaes with extra nuts. Man, when I tell you that man had extra nuts dripping all down his face, I started fighting back. And that man handed me that sundae, I just, wow. But I knew what was coming after that. But that felt good. And so I pulled over, and he was like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Just let me in the car. I had to lock the car all the way around. And when I opened the car, that's when it just really got bad. So I just kind of escaped, and I just went back home to my mom. To this day, she don't know nothing about it.
It's always all about control. He used to, I couldn't look another person in the face, especially a man look another person in the face.
What is it?
And I don't know
It's
what
just
it
control.
is.
One time, we had driven down to Harris County, and we were on the way back home. A car with some black people in it pulled up beside us. We were in the left lane, this car was on the right lane. So when they got even with us, people in the car waved, and I waved back.
Oh, God.
But I wasn't thinking anything
Right.
like that. I didn't know who they were. Well, the moment that happened, he stopped talking. And now
Wow.
we're just outside of Hamilton, so we had to come all the way back to Atlanta. He didn't say another word to me all the way back. But believe me, when I got home, I must have gone down to the country to meet my boyfriend, but we couldn't connect because I had my husband with me. So on the way back to Atlanta,
Oh, wow.
my boyfriend passed
That's what's
us.
in his mind.
Yeah, my boyfriend passed us in the car, and I waved to him, which is asinine. Yeah,
Right.
you know, because we couldn't hook up. So, it's similar to your story. You couldn't even look at another person.
Right.
And in my case, it was men or women or whoever it was. You just couldn't even look at another person.
So what was his story? Did you find out that he was abused or his mom was abused? Like, where did all that anger come from
I
and
don't
jealousy?
know where it came from. I knew his parents very well. I talked to them. They
Christians?
Yes, they were, and they always treated me like a daughter, and I've talked to my mother-in-law and to father-in-law. They did not have that kind of relationship. I don't know where it came from. It's just...
Where is he today?
He passed away in 2019.
Can I say, I believe, like, this is something I believe that I noticed the behavior in men. Like, once men get hurt by one woman, it seems like they think all women. It's like they never let that go. Yeah, they take it out on other women that they get with, like all women are the same. Like this first love is like something that's stuck with them. Like they'll date other people, they'll go with other people, but it's someone that has their heart or their mind always, no matter who it is, and they take everything else out on every other woman. If that woman cheated on him, lied to him, betrayed him, or hurt him, his thing is hurting other people doesn't matter to them at that point at all. Because like you did it to me, I'm gonna do it to you, and all y'all the same. I think men have a strong mind frame of that way thinking.
Did he have a previous relationship? Other children? Did he treat
No,
other
he
women?
didn't have other children that I know of. And I'm sure that he must have had girlfriends before he met me.
You never heard of anything, the parents telling you that he did anything to anybody else? Did he touch your kids?
No, he never did. He never did touch the kids.
Did he
But,
hit you in front of your kids? Did
well,
they know
he
what
would
was going
close,
on, I guess?
No, he would close the door. I always thought that I was keeping things away from the kids that
They
they
know
didn't know.
everything.
But they knew. In fact, the day that I left, my son told me that he had this backpack hanging on the doorknob
Ready
in
to
his
go.
room, and it had a door, excuse me, an iron door handle in it. It was about this long, I guess. And he said if he had hit me that day, he would have killed him. And that's when I knew I had to get out. I mean, I had known that for a long time, but I knew definitely then I had to make a change
Yeah.
because I wouldn't want my son to go
Get
to
hurt.
jail
Yeah, get
or
hurt.
to get hurt or go to jail for having killed his father or at
Right.
least beat him up. So, but yes, they know. They know much more than I thought that they knew.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the difference between battering and abuse?
That abuse is intentional behavior that men engage in, or other people, let's say other people, because there are women who abuse also, who perpetrate upon their partners in an effort to control, to hurt, to maim, or to kill them.
Mm.
Now, battering can be, well, abuse can also be in different forms. It can be emotional, it can be sexual, all those different things. But battering is constantly putting you down, saying awful things to you about you, destroying your self-esteem.
Like mental abuse.
Yes,
Or
emotional, emotional abuse.
Yeah, like
So
mental.
bad.
Well, ladies, if you're getting, oh my God, if you're getting beat or you feel like you were an idiot or a jerk, hit that line at the bottom, call those people and contact them, and just get some help. You know, we got all the links down there that you need to call and to get some help. If you don't have any family, if you have like friends or somebody, you know, just kind of partner up with somebody, and you got to get out of it, because if you don't, you can end up dead. Your kids can be affected by it, trying to protect you. They can get hurt, they can get killed, they can end up killing someone. So it's not worth it. And this day and time today, we have more options, we have more resources that we could, you know, try to help us out. So, you know, just follow that link and try to get yourself some help, because domestic violence, this is the month for it, and we're honoring it, not in a way of like we're just trying to talk against it and, you know, bring it down to not just a minimum. We're trying to stop it, period, because it's not right.
You're
It's
not
not right.
alone.
You're not alone.
You can get help.
And yeah, the thing is with the younger people now too that's going through the domestic violence, they had made a big thing about it, you know, like trying, you know, crack down, give them time because of the thing. Because there was one incident that I know of a girl who went to jail, her and her boyfriend, for fighting. What happened was she tried to throw an ashtray at him, one of the hard ashtrays, and the ashtray went inside of the newborn baby's crib, and bust the baby upside the head. That baby died. But I'm talking about that was during a domestic fight. Her and him was doing time together, you know, trying to fight that charge. Which, I mean, like, with the mom, she was so mental abuse throughout the relationship. Then the fact that she accidentally killed her baby, it was like she really didn't even, you know, really care anyway about time, about whatever was gonna go. Because now she was hurt from losing her, you know, her child during this incident. So kids can get hurt doing domestic violence because they're gonna try to help their mom and get in between
I
it.
know I will.
Yeah, so.
So don't get your children hurt, you know, especially if you have children, because now not just you are involved, you got your whole family involved. And that can get real tricky, and men and women. You got women doing. I used to be abusive towards men because of what happened to me. I didn't take no shit off nobody because I know, if the tables was turned, you would put your hands on me, hold me down, choke me, and I'm not giving you that chance. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be very abusive, right, Mom? Did my boyfriend used to come and tell you, hey, she just hit me with a bat, and I apologize. Oh yes, baby, I used to be very,
kill somebody.
No.
Like a bat. Wow.
No, seriously, because once I saw
You gotta
that,
swing it.
I had to, let you know, hey, back up. We ain't about to do this, because this is what you're gonna get, and that's not right either. You know what I'm saying? So just let those people go. If you have any sign, I mean, like, I don't care if he bought you a house, give that Negro that house back and get up out of there ASAP. You know what I'm saying?
Alive.
Just stay alive. Cars, whatever, it's not worth it. I don't care what it is for you to go through that type of thing.
It really is not. And when I left him, and I did, once I was going through the divorce, my lawyer asked me about the house and the possessions and all of that, and I told him I don't want anything. I just
Thank you. Give the devil back his stuff. Give the devil all his stuff because he gonna take it back anyway.
And he lost it. I let him have the house. He couldn't pay the notes on it. I got back in the house, but it's not because I was fighting for it. I didn't care. I didn't want anything from him.
Right.
Let it all go. I had a pastor who used to say, "You can get some more stuff."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's my thing. Money bought it then, it'll buy it again.
Yes.
And another thing, you guys, I always say this. People say, "Oh, you be getting crunk on your show, but you always talking about God." I got to. He's a part of me. So when you have exalted everything, get on your knees, take everything off, come naked like you just knew a new person. You just been born. God, I need you. You know what I'm saying? Get inside this man's mind, heart. Give me the courage to move. When the cop come, give him the courage to make something change. Get in the judge's mind. Get in my kid's mind. Just get involved and invite him. You know what I'm saying? In their situation. You have to do that.
I prayed those 22 years. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and just hoping things would get better.
Yeah.
And towards the end, my prayer became, Lord, just give me one day of peace and freedom. That's all I'm asking for is one day. But I'm here today. The Lord has given me many, many days and many, many blessings.
Yeah, you was moaned again, but now you have a testimony.
But you know what?
And
That's
you can help other people to try to get over whatever. Just like with Joyce Meyer, her dad was doing that to her. Y'all know about Joyce Meyer, the evangelist.
Oh, yeah.
Her dad used to rape her every day.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But she forgave him.
She did.
She had to take him in. The mom allowed it to happen. She had to take both of them in. She said she told God, "Are you serious? I actually got to take care of these people, that hurt me." So, and it turned out to be great for her. She's a minister now, and she's spreading the word. So what was meant for her bad, oh my God, God turned the whole situation around. So now she has a testimony, and she can help other people just like you. You know what I'm saying? Now that you have gone through that, now you can help young girls or anybody, because it happens to anybody.
It happened.
You could be living next door to somebody. You don't know this lady getting beat up every day, because every day she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And getting beat up at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But versus it's like after putting so much time and doing so much years with a person, and if they praying and if they stand up with them at some point, they gotta kind of believe or hope that, hey, this person gonna change, from this period of time to that. But from 10 years to 10 more years with this ain't no change, things getting better. That was like a lot of time that were wasted into one person.
Right.
And
But I don't know. God is so good, baby. He'll turn you into a young girl at 60 years
so
old.
will.
And you'll live all over again, baby. And whatever you missed then, baby, it'll be times 10 today.
Okay, like still I gotta
Look how
back.
beautiful she looks today.
Yes, that's what I'm
Don't
saying.
look like she missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, with my God, baby, he's capable. It's just awesome. So, we're gonna I thank Miss Betty for coming and putting her story out there, because it takes a lot of courage to put that out there in the air. You know what I'm saying? The pain and the hurt, because she almost made me cry, because it took me back to a place where I was at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you. And you guys can get her book off of Amazon. It's called When the Invitation Stops. And if you just look her up, are you on Instagram? You have any Instagram handles?
No, I'm not on Instagram.
Miss Betty might
Okay.
need.
Well, I will put this, you guys, at the bottom right here, and you
I'm
guys
on
can.
Facebook.
Yeah, she has a Facebook page. Is it Bettie Jones on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will have the information on the book. You guys, this is a good read, and you need to check it out. It's on Amazon. How much they charging on Amazon for it?
It's $11.95.
Baby, y'all better get this book $11.95. She has given you a gift. This is a gift. So check that out. So thank you so much, Miss Betty, for sharing with us. But guess what time it is, ladies?
Hello.
Pill talk time. Don't be scared. I got it real loud. It's not gonna go hard on you. I promise you, you're not gonna choke, boo boo. Do we need some water? Do we need some more water? Oh, Mom. I think it's in the other studio in there. There's some cough drops in there. You have any peppermint?
Pillow Talk is my favorite.
Pillow talk is your favorite?
It's my favorite.
Okay, so the first
Oh, no, you gotta sit right here.
So the
Or
first
teach
pillow
us
talk
something.
question is, when you're having intercourse with your significant other, I mean, this is all good. This is not with a jerk. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, baby, I want to give it to you. I want to do something different tonight. I want to spice it up. I want to choke your ass. And I want to, and when you have an orgasm, I want to like put a little more pressure on it. I promise you it's going to feel good. This is what I've heard before. So baby, let's try that tonight. Is that abusive, or do you think that would actually feel good? Have you ladies tried that?
No, I've never
I
tried.
would say asphyxiation is not my thing,
Okay.
but I hear it's supposed to heighten the climax.
The climax, yeah.
You might tighten things up.
Well, I will say I was offered that proposition and I tried it, and it was good until that extra pressure came. I'm like, okay, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But I didn't think it was abusive.
It certainly is not abusive if the two of you agree.
Right.
You know, you're not forced to do anything that you don't want to do.
Right.
So it only
And
becomes
he came and
abusive
asked.
when you don't agree to it and you're being forced to do it.
Yeah, some people hold their breath when they're about to climax.
Oh,
Right.
really?
They'll
But
know if
some
they
people
want
like
to
to
be
get their
choked.
hair pulled. Do you like your hair pulled?
Smack me on my ass, pull my hair, then give it to me.
Oh,
yeah, I did it.
did.
Sorry.
No,
So
I
you
am
guys,
for
do you think what's another one that's kind of real aggressive in the bedroom? Putting a pillow over your face.
Oh,
What's
no.
up with you?
Is you trying to kill your
It's
man?
suffocation though. Okay.
So
I mean,
you think-
did you have
Just put your hand in.
did you have a greater climax?
Well, you know what?
when you were
Inside my house, I would say putting a pillow over your face might work, especially when you got a whole bunch of kids
Oh,
and everything
yeah.
going on. You have to put your arms like that.
Oh,
You
wow.
have to
What
put
are you
your
doing?
arms
What are you doing?
So no choking during sex. I mean,
You can
is
keep
that-
it choking. You can slap
Real
me.
mild and
Pull
light,
my hair
like-
in, give it to me now. Don't choke me. I might have a flashback.
You didn't really be on.
And what happened with the flashback?
Girl, I don't know. Be like, how y'all end up in the bed having sex and now that man bleeding in here like this? That's going on.
Okay, first y'all was in the bed at home, then y'all in the bed at Grace. What in the world happened?
And be rolling my nigga up out there. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Okay, I need a pillow talk question. One of you ladies, please. Something that you wanted to know that was something sexual. Or do anybody know what getting their salad toss mean?
Is it some oral sex?
Or sex getting your salad toss?
I think
That's
it's
it, that's
eating,
it.
eating out the
Yeah, eating.
the ass out.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that's some good ooh, girl, yes. Taco salad. Have it all, baby. Sure. Toss that salad.
Taco
That's
salad.
nice.
That's mine.
Taco salad.
It's an experience. It's mind blowing. Now, you get that tolerance
That's
sex and all that
amazing.
kind of stuff, baby. You be like, okay, I can deal with the cheese. You can choke me, baby. You can hit my head. You can pull me. You can kick me out. I don't care, baby. I be black. I gonna heal. Give me some more. Come on.
Oh my God, no.
That's
Now, that's abusive.
That's pillow talk.
That's abusive. I think
Now,
that's
I'm
abusive.
gonna tell you,
Like
but
getting
it's putting on you right. You
Getting
be like,
slapped?
man, shoot. They call that makeup
Like in the
sex.
face?
That's
Somebody
that
just
makeup
getting
sex.
slapped
In the
around.
Yeah.
face?
That's what they do.
Anywhere.
Cause that's how man show you,
butt.
like, look, you look.
Maybe
Look what
on
they
the
do.
butt.
They come to us, right? And they beat us up first, then they come back and kiss that same eye. Like you still look pretty, baby.
No, hell no.
Keep
Now
your
that's
mouth.
abusive.
First
That's
of all.
abusive, right?
Yeah.
That is abusive.
That was abuse.
That's what
and
they-
rape.
But then they call it makeup set, then they want to kiss on
Now, if
it.
you're gonna beat that and then come back and kiss that, then that could be okay.
There's
Yeah.
so many that's.
Yeah, cause I had a brief like that. I had this one dude, man, and I used to get on his nerve, but baby was he blessed. Baby, he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you in that bedroom. I'm like, oh, no. He was like, no, come on now, yeah. What you say now? All that stuff you talking about. I ain't say that. I was like, I was talking about what I say.
I was like, what in the world?
So he made you.
Oh yeah, but you say
Stop
something,
talking
man. But
about
who?
it.
Well, that boy was too blessed, man. Too blessed for me. I had to say that blessing on somewhere.
You had to get bless somebody else with that.
Baby, that blessing tore everything down in my bathroom, baby. 'Cause he was smart. He was smart. He come walking up, nigga don't come out. Ooh, there go. He like, what y'all telling somebody here I go for? You talking about that nigga up there in that room? Maybe you already know where it is. No, you know, up there in the bedroom. I about to swap him back out again. You know, cut him off and go on back with them. He thought he was out the door. You don't let that boy back up in here again.
Okay.
Ben, do you have any pillow talk questions? Anything that you would like to know during the times of today? Did you get? Let me ask you this: did you get married after that?
I did.
How was he?
7 years later, I got married a second time.
Okay.
And it started out good.
Oh God.
He was a good lover.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I used to tell my younger nieces that he rocked my world.
Hello.
Yeah, he rocked my world.
Yeah,
See, yeah,
and he did.
and destroyed it at the same time.
Um,
I had that happen to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of go through that, but you know, but I don't.
Okay. And then what happened, girl? I want to hear this. He rocked your world, then start throwing rocks at you.
That's a real that's how relationships can be sometimes.
Yeah, started kicking rocks, and that was it couldn't go anywhere after that. It's like, as we said before the show began, sex becomes gross. And
Yeah, disgusting. Yeah,
disgusting.
So the curtains didn't close; they fell down.
Yeah.
They just fell all the way
end.
down and got stepped on.
Did you have a kid with him?
No.
Thank God. Woo. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have anything else, ladies?
That was good.
Yeah. Shout out to J Wow. Yeah.
J Wow.
Yeah, she's having her surgery this week. You know.
success.
The plug.
Yeah. Hope
Yes.
everything goes well. Good.
It's gonna be better, girl.
So you guys check out Miss Bettie L. Jones' book. You can get it on Amazon. It's $11.99. It's a good read. If you don't get it, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? And you see what it says right here: when the invitation stopped. And I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. You gotta read it for yourself. Get that. So ladies, I'm so happy you guys came. This has been fun. We gotta do this again. Until then, the next time, ladies, guess what?
What?
We need
Needs to talk.
All right. See you later. Thank you. What's up, you guys? This is your girl, Miss